I don't even think Misty. So like, there's one thing where you're shilling hope to people, and that's still it's still, there are plenty of things that are super predatory about shilling hope to people. But then there's fucking shilling fear of like fucking eternal death to people, and that's like entirely different, because that's another thing that, again, I was talking like the reason why I was mentioning, I was like, things that are like the human brain, like people like concepts that are catered to like exploiting the things that our brains are bad at processing, and one of those is fear of the unknown. So like, if you just say, oh well, I'm just gonna tell you, like, you don't know, maybe you'll permanently suffer in eternal hell forever if you don't join my religion. I'm just saying, bro, I'm just saying. Like the fact that so many religions aren't like shilling, oh well, we're here to like help our community, and like our belief is that there's like a fucking spaghetti ball in the sky that like encourages us to help our fellow man. Whereas like, rather like, I appreciate religions more that like shill concepts of community and like hope and like helping each other, than the ones that are like, oh my, how am I gonna like encourage you to join my group? Fear of death, like fear of eternal like suffering. Have you guys had any experiences with like people trying to shill religion at you?
Um, Colorado is a really big Mormon state, so yes, Mormons ride around on their bikes and they like come up to you when you're just minding your own fucking business.
You're just like chilling outside. They're like, hello, have you
They're like,
repented for your
"Hello."
sins?
I'm just like, uh, well, the only okay. I complain about Mormons a lot. I have to give it to two specific Mormons and no other Mormons. Um, the desk that I was using at my parents' house for a while, because for some reason, like on reflection, this is also an indictment of my parents, so it's two for one story. Um,
Nice, very good.
there was like somebody was getting rid of like a computer desk like outside of their house, but it was literally like up the block from where I lived. So I was like, oh shit, like I can just bring this home and then I'll have a desk. Sweet. Um Even though it was like a block, I was dying. Like I was getting, there was no easy way to grab this entire ass desk and have like all my shit from high school and be hobbling it down the road. Um and so like halfway on my way back to my house, some Mormons on their bikes show up. They're like, "Hey, dude, you want some help with that?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, yes.
I'm like, I'm sitting here. I'm like, what means more to me? My like dignity of not accepting help from Mormons, or like getting some help from some Mormons in return for like not dying.
For some reason, when you said that, like, I had the mental image of, they're like, hey, do you need some help with that? And you're like, yes. And they're like, great, I was talking about your soul. Like, they like
Great.
don't help you with the desk, and now they just follow you as you're like dragging it, just talking about shit.
That would be great comedy, but no, they actually helped me. So again, I hand it to those two Mormons and no
That's
other
awful, man.
Mormons, because they did help me with that, and I do appreciate that even looking back. So that was chill.
What are your thoughts on teaching a kid religion? Like
See,
what are your thoughts on, well, like, in not teaching a kid about religion, like not teaching a kid about all religions or about the concept of religion? What are your thoughts on teaching a kid, here is how you should frame your worldview, build your impressionable young worldview around the concept that these are inarguable facts about how things are?
I think part of the problem with the premise of your question is that if you teach a child anything, you're already doing that. Um, like the way we're socialized as children is already that.
Yeah,
Um,
because you are a kid, so you're just like, oh, adult told me thing, that's a fact.
right. You're just absorbing things. So like a lot of people will unpack like weird beliefs that they didn't realize they were basically like gaslit into. Like Ink all the time will like say some absolute insane shit. Um, and like it's not because he believes it or whatever, but he's like his mom just like said it because like she's just like, oh whatever, like if you're smart enough you'll understand that I'm bullshitting you, is I guess the belief. And that's crazy. Like it's insane to me that somebody would have that much faith in a child. But um um i think I think like it's unavoidable because your kid is going to pick up on the way that you navigate the world. So all you can do is try to express as much as possible that like there's a lot of ways to make it from point A to point B, and whatever way they choose, as long as it's working for them, it's chill.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I the main thing that like that bothers me is like watching my little sister being raised uh as like a Christian, and like listening to her come home, and like this is back when I was living with my parents, and listening to her come home and preach things about like how a man and woman should be, and like what she should be doing like to fulfill her
Yikes.
role and like stuff like that. And I'm like, Jesus
Yikes.
Christ, you are like 8 years old and you're already
Very
like,
yikes.
I have to find a man to support me. And I'm like,
Yikes.
I'm like, yeah, like that's the stuff that bothers me where I'm just like, dude, like, it's not even like I was about to say, uh, people that are like the adults that are teaching these kids should be responsible enough to like understand that they shouldn't like teach them about all this stuff as hard facts. But like the problem with that is all these adults believe these things as hard facts. Like that's the issue, is it's not that they're like being like ha 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 I'm gonna teach them these things, and they're like mischievous about it. It's like they're genuinely like they're drinking the Kool-Aid. They're like, oh yeah, women belong in kitchen. I teach this classroom of kids that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I don't like that, dude.
That's why like what I emphasize more than anything else is like just options. Like I know a lot of people already say like everyone should be free to be themselves or whatever, but like that really is like where I draw the line. Because some people would be content being a housewife in a kitchen, and that's totally fine. I don't want to take that away from people who actually want that.
Yeah.
If someone wants to be a trad wife, then you go for it, dude. Especially if you're gonna be a boy wife.
Hell yeah.
This is a pro boy wife stream.
This is a pro boy wife stream. Hell yeah.
Baby, hit it.